supposed to have a nice straight pipe to hit people with, but no, you've already used it. Attempt number 2. Some people say the bend at the end of the pipe makes it hit enemies harder. No, you know, nice straight pipe to be able to whack Ryuji with. Stupid pipes. Like baseball bats better. Pipe's good, yeah. Yeah, I can't remember. I think the weapons we want from that. So for those who are wondering, you can get a randomized weapon in that fight from the actual enemy drops, like from the enemies themselves that you see there. You've seen me today take the baseball bat and the pipe. That would stop us getting the baseball bat in the Chapter 3 set piece, so we could put our knuckles back on a little bit faster there, for example. It's only to speed up, like, that Chapter 3 bit. We don't have to worry at all about, like, getting a weapon at that point there. Otherwise, we just still get the baseball bat in Chapter 3. It's as simple as that. Like, if we don't have a weapon, we get the baseball bat. If we do have a weapon, we go with the baseball bat. Right, you're all reasonably together. Good. Stay there. Good. I delayed that long enough. You? You? Thank you. Well, him first, because this guy should theoretically be easier to get. Cool, good, thank you. Good graveyard, let me out. That's, yeah, good graveyard, let me out. Wasn't sure if I actually managed to aim at the guy or not. I don't know why, I struggle with backward attacks. It's really weird. I don't struggle with it in, like, other games, but OG1 and OG2 I do. Obviously, OG1 requires the skill book, but I know back in the day I used to struggle with that. Alright. Attempt number 2. Yeah, as the bot's saying, folks, don't forget, next week, there is going to be a couple of Yakuza runs on GDQ. There's going to be on the 1st, I'm going to be on Egdice's Speedruns from the Crypt, showing off the wonderful game that is Yakuza Dead Souls. It's actually going to be a good time. Me and Streetback Guy are going to be doing that. Streetback Guy is going to be on comms. We're going to shoot the shit when we have to sit still for 3 minutes and shoot zombies. About 5 times. What a game. What a game. Nardico, thank you for the 32 months, I appreciate it. And then 2 days later, on What's Faster, myself and Tap are going to be doing a race of this, where I'm going to be racing this, and Tap's going to be racing Yakuza 3. It's very heavily favored in Yakuza 3's favor, but if the gambling goes wrong, oh baby, have a chance. I think what I'll do is I think I'll load for the brass knuckles at Theatre Square, I think that's going to be my plan, and I think as a just in case, I'm going to grab the locker key on the way to Purgatory in Chapter 5. Like, I won't go out of my way to open it, but as a just in case, like, controller shenanigans happen, I'll pick it up. I think that's probably the smartest way to do it. Hello, sir. How's your wood? No wood. Oh, you just dodged instead. Fuck you. How did you get out of that? I'm upset. I was hoping to hit him with that as well. Hey, fast knuckles, please. Number 2. Number 2. Very nice. Very nice. I'm stuck on the drop. But it's gonna be a good race either way. I'm looking forward to it. I'd be very happy if I get a sub 220 for this game at the hotfix. For Dead Souls, I have no idea. I'd be happy if Hayashi doesn't crash my console, I suppose. Like, if you turn around and you do, like, this kick, it does work. See? But, like, I struggle to get it off, so I don't want to, like, try it too many times. But, like, yeah, that kick does work. Which, obviously, it's a lot faster if you can get it to work. Also. Staring at me. I was trying to get the guy as he went down. I should have just let that loose earlier. Garbage again. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, I cannot do this fight well today. Holy hell. Alright. Can I not drop the Daigo fight this time? Thanks. No, I'm not there yet. Can I not? Just it's a small ask. It's kind of nice because I'll be doing the Daigo fight just before or just around the time that Tap is doing the Majima fight, so it's like it goes into one another very nicely. Don't you grab me? I see you like actually like eyeing that up. So I don't like this guy. I was gonna hit him off all of that. And again. Alright, that's fine. Just don't drop Daigo and I won't lose too much time. It's fine. No dropping Daigo. Once again, Daigo's theme in OG2 just hits hard. It's so good. Come on. Thank you, Jesus Christ. I don't know why I've been dropping that combo so much lately. Oh. Yakuza run also kind of accessible because Emu. Yeah, the only thing I would say about Yakuza 2, or OG2's accessibility is how hard the run is. I definitely forget how hard this run is at first, and it's nice that like Shindo skip is like not a required thing, for instance, and you can fuck that up quite nicely. But there's definitely some hard parts of this run. Tigers at first is really hard. Tigers is definitely, I would say, Tigers and I'd say like some of the Ryuji fights are definitely the hard parts. Hayashi can be a bit of a problem at first as well, but I don't feel like he's as hard as some of those other fights. I really don't think he's as hard as those other fights. If anyone was to get into OG2, I would, at first, probably suggest they try not to focus on Shindo skip. Like, if they have the opportunity to do it, then do so, but I would say, you know, for their first, like, couple of runs, I would say, like, maybe possibly don't. Or at least go for it, but know the QTE for... Know the QTE for the long sword fight for afterwards. Which is just X into triangle into the spamming one, so X, then circle, then square, then triangle. I've done it so much I remember that part of the fight as well. That's one of the good things I would say, though, about like OG2 is the fact that, as you say, it's nice and accessible due to the fact that QTEs are always the same. Like, the pole follow-up attack is always X, for example. The one where you hit Hayashi is always triangle. The one where you do Shindo skip is always square. The ones in Osaka Castle are always circle X square in that order for the traps that are around. Like, it's really nice. Like, it's very nice for anyone, like, coming into it, is that very easily you can remember the QTEs, whereas with the older games, it's randomized, so you do have to react. Yeah, Knuckles are an exception to the durability rule. I guess I haven't explained it tonight. Basically, the only way you lose durability with the Knuckles is by either guarding or by doing the ability on circle, which is a spin. For Chapter 12, the Tigers, to have a good Tiger fight, the Tigers can kill you in one hit. So to stop that from happening, after every gut punch, we have to spin. So basically, or like most gut punches, we have to spin. If they're not roaring, then we have to spin. So essentially, for the Chapter 12 boss fight, as a bare minimum, we need at least 12 spins. As you can tell, we have 5 right now. We'll obviously be rectifying that later on. But essentially, in this run, we'll be using, preferably, 1 spin for Shindo skip, You can use more than one, especially if you haven't used any spins at that point. Have a backup spin for the fight in Chapter 10 on the riverside. Oh, fuck this guy. Fuck this guy. Just fuck this guy. Fuck you. I'm doing this again so I can build up heat. I was trying to get both of them, but fuck you. Get out of my fucking cabaret. Trash. It's not my cabaret yet, but one day. That's lost me time. That's why I'm mad. That's why I'm calling that guy trash, because he guards. That's the reason why I like to deal with him, not with the gut punches, but by chucking him off the side. Because he'll either grab you or he'll fucking guard. That guy sucks. That is the Grand. Yeah, this is a remake of K2. So if you play K2, it is the Grand. We don't technically take over the Grand in K2's cabaret, but you know. I'm punching people in the Grand, therefore I stake my claim on it. Fairly certain this is how Majima became a cabaret manager. So yeah, basically, yeah, for the tiger fight later on, we need spins to stop dying. And also, in terms of the run, we need one spin for Shindo skip. That's like the guaranteed spin you need. Then, in terms of everything else, the other spins are essentially backup spins. Again, there's a fight in Chapter 10 where a spin can save you a lot of time. That's bad, I shouldn't be losing time here. I have massive time saving that chapter. So in chapter 10, we have, essentially we would like one spin as a backup. Again, that depends on how many spins you use against Shindo. You should not be using more than 2. You should absolutely not use more than 2. The Chapter 10 fight has basically one spin, but some of the times you can get away with not having to spin, which is nice. Then you have the tiger fight, which is where the rest of your spins come in handy. So we'll be getting more spins later on, but in terms of the brass knuckles, we are not allowed to guard with them on. We are also not allowed to obviously spin with them on. So that's the reason why you'll see me take off the brass knuckles at like specific points, is because obviously I need to grab enemies. Like, it's gonna happen coming up in the bit after this bit. What do I mean by spinning? You'll see. Can't show you now because that would use up the durability. I need my spins. But you'll see. In this game, the brass knuckles have an ability. It's called spinning because it's a legitimate just spin. Surprise. So, surprise. the spinning attack is called spinning because, surprise, we spin. But you'll see it later, hopefully, if we can get a run going that far. Some good multis in there. Pretty good. So yeah, for these, again, as I said earlier, for these first 2 fights, you want as many multi-kills as possible. That's, like, the aim of the game here with multiple enemies. Good. Very good. That guy requires more than 2 hits. He has 3 HP though. Same with this guy. So I'm gonna get these 2 together because he had literally 1 hit. That's why I was trying to move around, was to get them together, but wasn't happening. When I saw that wasn't happening, I just killed the guy. Yeah, no, it sounds weird. Basically, the Knuckles in this game have a special ability. It's a good special ability as well. Like, it can get you out of so much trouble at, like, different parts of the run. I wanted to hit this guy with that. That sucks. So, you'll see on the right-hand side, the enemies will start running down here in a second. That's why we wait half a second, because, again, we need them to spawn here, because it's a bit closer. And we need the next group to spawn also in front of us. I missed a hit, that's fine. There he is. This guy right here. I usually don't like him this far back, but because I ran forward a bit late, it's fine. So I'll go to this road. It's also good, getting him from behind gives you that much damage in that heat move. Doing the one from the front doesn't do as much as you saw earlier. And also, by taking our brass knuckles off to do that to him, we also have our brass knuckles off to get the baseball bat and the weapon that we didn't get in Chapter 1 because we didn't get lucky enough. I'm so glad the run doesn't require, you know, both brass knuckles and a Chapter 1 drop. That's my fault because I didn't aim at the baseball bat. Please turn, because you're going to fall over if I keep doing this. Downside, I'm quite far away from the door. Okay, that should do it. So that's why we have to keep resetting for these brass knuckles. These brass knuckles make us go a lot faster in the early game. They help deal with the Daigo fight. They help deal with these furniture blockers. Bad. Oh, wow. How do I dodge that? Like these guys, by having the brass knuckles, we get this heat attack, which is really good. Ah. We'll have to probably punch this guy. Yeah, he just raised his arm. How dare. There we go. Alright, hopefully the next floor goes better, because the next floor I've been fucking up so much lately. If I can get a good third floor here, we should have some good time save. Every time I go the wrong way, at least once per day. Both kind of through at the same time. I have to punch this guy. It's fine. Camera, please. Camera doesn't like short corridors like this. So again, one enemy in here. One of these guys running in. Always the guy who spawns to our left. So knuckles off. Mind this heat attack. Always just that one guy. Goes back on. Good. Oh, finally. Decent chapter 3 set piece. This is always circle. We don't actually want to do this move. That's why we spam anything that isn't circle. Got 2 enemies outside that we can gut punch. My heat running out here is fine because we get it back with this gut punch with the knuckles on. This guy. Look at this guy being that aggressive this time. Oh. He almost got me. Fuck. So I was hoping that did not happen. This guy sucks. This guy really sucks, because he doesn't go down, which is why we don't do the, obviously, the gut punch, like, on him from behind. Good. I didn't want to dodge there, because I didn't know whether the game was going to dodge me off of this guy or not. Brass knuckles do a bit more damage, but also build your heat up a bit faster, and I want full heat for the next fight. So that's why I put them back on very briefly at the end there. This has been a better chapter 3. It's been a much better chapter 3. Let's see if I can get the fast Ryuji. See if I don't fuck up Ryuji at all. Don't ask where I'm running, I have no idea. Oh, nice, I got it. Sweet. Bad. I'll just kill him this way. I don't want to kill him with a heat move because it slows the actual like end of the fight down, but at least that one's quick. That was bad. I almost dropped him there. Is that a gold? Yeah, it is. Fuck yeah, let's go. Better. Much better. It's much better. Oh my god, I've been waiting for a good chapter 3 for so long now. Jesus Christ. It's much better. It's much better. And that's kind of what we mean by consistency in Yakuza runs. Like, you saw that I didn't do that much different, like, in terms, like, strat from, like, the previous run to this one. But things just went a little fuck. I wasn't down far enough. That's bad. We've got to reset him now. That's losing me some time. I had time save in this chapter, but I was hoping not to lose any time there. So, I guess I should talk fight spawns as well, by the way, because fight spawns in this game, that shouldn't happen. Fight spawns in this game have fixed fight spawn locations. It's random if they turn up or not. So essentially, there's a chance that guy is there. I just didn't go down far enough. It's my fault. There's a chance that guy is there again on the way back, or he just might not be there. I'm hoping he's not there, because then I can just hold forward. You can usually tell from this far back if he's there or not, because you can kind of tell with the, there he is. You can kind of tell because he's looking around. So I have to go a little bit this way. Okay. So, again, this bit's going to have fixed kind of like NPCs that want to talk to us. Which is fine. There's only a certain couple of NPCs that, you know, we need to avoid. Nice and easy to avoid. Good, didn't soft lock. I've soft locked there before. This guy right here is one of them. Mostly for any time you run down this road, if you stick to the left-hand side or the right-hand side, then you are fine. You won't get into like any fight spawns, or you won't get into any talking bits, depending on obviously which bit it is. Good movement. I need to do that later. Alright, the chat's full shopping segment. Quite different to K2's. We're going to start the exact same way, and then we're going to do things a bit differently than K2 does it. So, I'm going to run this way. Speak to this guy. Top option is going to give us 100,000 yen. This is necessary to progress the story. And we're also going to do a bit of shopping. So, into Don Quixote. Underwear, Stownan XX, Town Plus, beer. Good. If you see 10,864, you're good. 18,684, 10,000, 8,000, yeah, that doesn't make any sense. As long as you get out before the lyrics, you're doing okay in terms of time, but that was pretty slow in terms of a shop for me. Did I go phone call? This is going to put the other phone call on a bit of a timer. So, we need the 2 phone calls like we do with K2, but the difference on like K2 is you've seen we've already got 1 item ahead of time that we can't get in K2. It's the underwear. This guy's going to chase us. If we're on this side, it's fine. You can avoid him on the left-hand side as well, but considering we're crossing the bridge, this side works better. Watch out for the fight spawn in the middle. It's pretty much always guaranteed this fight spawn is going to be there at that time. And you can tell which people are fight spawns after, like, you get used to seeing them. It's always the people that are looking around. So it's always very distinct. But again, they can only appear in, like, specific areas. And there's actually not that many fight spawn areas that get in our way in the run, which is nice. There's just a few we have to be, like, wary of. I want to speak to you. Fuck off. This man needs a shit. Someone's hogging the toilet. I want this locker key. This locker key gives us a weapon, but we will not be using that locker key until the end of the game. So we get to chapter 12. The Don Quixote music does get flagged for copyright in the OG games. Yes, in this and OG1, when the lyrics kick in, it gets flagged for copyright. Before the lyrics kick in, it doesn't, which is really weird, so I assume it's based on the singer of the song, because that doesn't happen with the later Yakuza games. Only with OG1 and 2. Bandages. We've got the bandages that we're supposed to get for the next part of the story. In K2, you have to wait for the next phone call to grab those, but in OG2, you can grab them ahead of time. And as we run down here, we're going to grab a locker key. On the way, you can't see it because it's behind these people at the moment. There it is. And we're going to go and open some of those coin locker keys now. So the fight spawn that can be in the middle here isn't actually a problem. So if you just stick to the top part here, he doesn't see you, and he's there. Coin lockers 22 and 21. One of them is the Scander Water, which will describe what that does in about an hour and a half. The other one is a DVD. It's a special DVD we're going to go and watch right now. We still have time to wait until the phone call, and we have to go back to the bar. So we're going down this way. There's no fight spawns on this street, by the way. So this street is completely fine just to run down. But there is a fight spawn down the next street. Not this one, but this next one. It's on this right-hand side. But it doesn't spawn in fast enough to get you before you get to Gandhara. Easy peasy. So, we're going to watch that DVD we just picked up, which is the 3rd one in the list. This is going to enable us to... I don't know if it's like save heat on heat moves or whatever, or do more damage, but this is basically something to help with our heat for everything that we need to do in the run. And as soon as we leave, go to the bottom of the road, just in case there's a fight spawn, which there is. It's that guy. My movement there was pretty bad. So we still have some time to kill before that phone call turns up. And as you'll see as we run back to the bar, there's a fight spawn on the right-hand side. A guy in the red jacket. So what we're going to do is we're going to run against this lamppost for about 20 seconds. Probably not that much. Keep an eye, because it's 24:06 when we hit here. I've been curious as to how like, long it is. That is almost 20 seconds. That's 19 seconds. It's pretty much 18 and a half. So I want to see if I can time that with running past here, getting the phone call, and going straight in the bar. There we go. That is the shopping section. Hey, Beth. Hope you're doing well. Alright, so. this is where OG2 and K2's runs really start to differ from one another, because in K2, we have to go and see Junka and get Junka's cat back. But in OG2, we actually get to skip that entire part. This is tech that is exclusive to OG2. Trust me, we have tried to do this in K2 and it does not let us. It's a shame because I like these strats. Let's call these asshole Kiryu strats. What we're going to do is we have to go and speak to the guy outside of Mahjong Jambalaya to start off this entire, like, storyline, where we're supposed to go and see Junka, who's over in Club Sega. His cat's been taken by some Yakuza. We go and get the cat back. Junka gives us a special playing piece to enter the Mahjong parlor. But we're being an asshole right now. We are harassing this guy by constantly talking to him. We're going to talk to this guy 15 times. And when we have actually spoken to this guy 15 times, this will happen. Give it like 2 more. 3. Damn, I can't count. 4. Oh, I really can't count. 5. Oh dear. There we go. He gets so mad that we fight him instead. This is not something that works in K2. It only works in OG2. Knuckles back on. And demolish him. Easy peasy. And with that, we have skipped the entirety of going to see Junka, because we now gain access to Mahjong Jambalaya. Saves us a couple of minutes in this game. Now, in K2, you can actually skip this next bit. In OG2, we have no such luck. So, we give over the 100,000 yen. This is what you have to do in both OG2 and K2, so you need the 100,000 yen from that sub-story here. In K2, because we have access to a lot of money drops and a lot of easy money-making like bits with those plates that are around town, we can skip this entire bit if you have 300,000 yen. We do not. And we do not have access to that in OG2 at all. So we're going to actually have to do this bit legit, unlike K2 that skips this bit. So over both K2 and OG2, you see the entirety of this chapter. Like, you see literally the entirety of this chapter. And we do have to go see Kurokawa first, and this is something you have to be very careful of and remember for later on in the run. Kurokawa is on the bridge now. He is not in the middle of the city like he was earlier. He is relocated here. This is very, very important for later on in the run. There's another big difference to how the kind of triggers work in this game compared to K2, and Kurokawa's one of them. Go to Stigil. Second option. And this way. This bit isn't too long, thankfully, but it is the back and forth fetch quest that we can skip in K2. It's funny, we trade one for the other with K2 and OG2. Kind of nice, like, you actually get to see, like, both parts of, like, the entire chapter. And with this, we now go over back to Asaki, and we're going to do the Asaki fight. So, for the Asaki fight, if you're a fan of Mahjong, I warn you, you're about to see some distressing content. In this fight, there's a very quick and easy way to deal with most of the enemies. And that is, unfortunately, the Mahjong tables. This went quite well the other day, so I'm hoping this fight goes well today. I've been getting better at doing good table grouping, so hopefully. So, heavy tables and stuff in this game can be used as weapons. That's bad on my part. And as you can see, it can kill enemies. Just hoping that hit the guy on the left. That's fine. Gather, please. Gather, please. Damn it, he's not going to gather, is he? Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. I should have just punched the fucker. I should have just punched the fucker. Yeah, so the tables don't do like an instant kill, but they do so much damage that it takes care of all of the adds in one hit. And it takes care of Asaki in 2 hits. So if you can gather people around those tables, better than I did the last guy, but kind of like I did with the rest of them, then you can take care of them very quickly. Which is really nice. I'm going to lose time, because I did that pretty badly. I did most of that chapter pretty badly. Bad movement, bad Mahjong parlor. Oh yeah, let's go. And Mahjong is fine when you know how the scoring works. When you know how the scoring works in Mahjong, you understand the game well. The dirty, easy description is that Mahjong is like poker. When you know what you're trying to make in your hand, it's a lot easier to understand. But there's obviously a lot more things you can do than poker. It's a lot more in-depth than poker as well. I'm not saying that poker isn't in-depth, but I'm saying that Mahjong has fuck more things to do. Fuck more things that can fuck you over. Both games require good intellect. And also knowing when the fuck to back down. So HQ. I have a little bit of time saving this chapter because my PB messed up the Coliseum and didn't avoid the guy outside of Purgatory. So I do have time save in this chapter. I get a voice cutscene as we go along here. Good job, Lee. Ow. Okay. So, this is also going to look a bit different than K2 if you've only ever played K2 or seen K2 runs. The secret storeroom is that door down the very end there in K2, but in OG2 it's in a much different place. It's an area that I like a lot more. Like it has more ambiance. More ambiance. Thankfully, OG2 spoils the surprise. So you can see on the minimap we're actually going to be going outside instead. Where you don't really go outside that much in this series. You go out here in, like, set pieces in 0 and K1, and obviously the Shindo fight in both this and K2, but that's about it. But in OG2, we actually have to go and find the secret storeroom here, which is actually over here. There's a hidden keyhole behind this hanging scroll, which raises the secret storeroom. In the secret storeroom, there are 2 items that we need, 1 story item and 1 actual item. Please. Thanks. What was that time save? In this corner is the Skander Water, the second Skander Water, and Majima's Demon Fire Dagger. Now I leave. Punch. Cool. Alright. This fight. So, got a fight coming up here against a very specific type of enemy. Now, not every one of these enemies is going to be like this, but there are a couple over the run, including one boss fight. So, this is an assassin. He has a gun. Certain gun enemies, this fucker, and a couple of other ones, are really nasty. These guys run at 100 miles an hour, which I'm not going to let you see in this fight, but I guarantee you, you will see it later on when we get to Shangri-La. It's unfortunately unavoidable that you will see one of these guys run at literally 100 miles an hour, because gun enemies can basically take off half of their HP whenever they like. So letting them run around at the speed of sound ain't good. Ain't good at all. But that fight's nice and easy to keep down. We just gut punch. Go back. If you remember K2, we're supposed to go and get the items for Kaoru. The beer and the underwear. But funnily enough, in this game we've already bought them. We don't have to worry. I've got to run to the left there because you can actually run to the left here. I always run a little bit in the middle of the road to see if there's a fight spawn on the left here, which there isn't. If there isn't a fight spawn on the left here, I can just cut corners and go straight across Tenkaichi a bit quicker. Right, now it's time for the real time save I have in this chapter. Ugh. Time to go to Purgatory. Go to Purgatory. So, if I can do this correctly, don't drop any of my combos and also avoid the guy outside of Purgatory, I should save a tiny bit of time. But there's an NPC who tries to speak to you. It's one of your friends that you make in Yakuza 1. He loses us time in this game, so we're going to do our very best to avoid him. see him at the bottom left of the screen trying to run at me as we come in here, because I'm just going to keep running this way. Fucked up my movement again. Doing that a lot lately. That's not good. I used to be really good at that angle, and now I'm messing it up. It's not ideal. Need to get better at that again. It's a little hard to do that angle at first because obviously the camera changes, so it's a little hard to see what's going on. Also, we can't cheat in this Coliseum. You can in K2s. You can wear whatever you want in terms of like armor, accessories, weapons. In OG2, you cannot. We have to play this straight up legit. But the nice thing is the Coliseum actually gives you a pair of brass knuckles. They have infinite spins, so if we ever needed a spin, we could do. But we have very, very good strats for this Coliseum. So we don't need to do any spinning. No spinning allowed. No spinning allowed, no spinning needed. Anyway, here's PS2 era Majima. He's real and he will hurt you. I'll hurt this run in a second if I'm not careful. All option both times. An option again. The guy telling you how brass knuckles works. Mate, I know. I fucking know. So this is probably the hardest fight in the Coliseum. The Squeever. We have to do a little more against the Squeever than we do some of the other fights. We need to hit the Squeever with a specific move to get him to do a move. This one. That we can iframe through with the uppercut. So every time you connect with the gut punch, he will always follow up with that. Which has enough timing on it, as you can see, to be able to just punch through. Take it, boy. Thank you very much for the 13 months.
Yo, good luck with the run.
Thank you. Gonna need it. The good old legend himself, Gary Buster Holmes. Very easy fight in OG2. We gut punch. That's the fight. A lot harder in some of the other games that aren't K2. Because K2 is a lot easier. Poor Gary. Both versions of Yakuza 2, Gary's fight is very simple. The actual easiest fight might come as a surprise to you, because it's actually this one. It's actually the Majima fight. Now, provided I don't fuck up the start of the fight, which I have a tendency to do every so often, and I haven't done it in a while, this is a very easy fight. That's a Majima, do a heat attack. He moved. I got very scared there. As long as you don't get hit at the start of this fight, you're done. So, just heat attack, do not mash. Heat attack, do not mash. Heat attack, do not mash, and you're probably seeing a pattern emerge here. The heat attacks do so little heat that by just doing the heat attack, we get enough damage to basically just take care of Majima. The damage that you get from the mash, from the brass knuckles, is not worth doing compared to, you know, just keep doing the move. Like, as long as you just keep doing the move, you keep Majima locked down completely. He can't do anything. That fight is nice and simple. If you do get hit by Majima at the start of the fight, you can try and get your heat back real quick and then just carry on doing the heat attacks. But be very careful with that. Be very, very careful with that. But it's a nice little backup to just, you know, punch Majima. And now, the best part about this isn't K2, which means there's no clan creator bullshit that we need to worry about here, because clan creator is a massive RNG time loss, potentially, in K2 runs. It's like the biggest bit of RNG that we can't really have that much control over. There's only so much we can do with clan creator. Like, we can do certain things in clan creator, but you literally, if clan creator goes wrong, it goes wrong. You cannot rectify it. Like, you have to lose time to trying to fix what's going wrong in real time. So clan creator is just big RNG, and it just sucks sometimes. When you start setting good clan creator times, like, you know, sub 50 seconds, you kind of have to get sub 50 seconds. It sucks. The locker key on my right there for spare brass knuckles. I'll be picking that up during the hotfix race, just in case. It should be fine, honestly. I love clan creator skip. It's the best. It's the best speed tech in this game. So that guy we avoided on the way in, I've got to avoid him on the way out as well. He's a little harder to avoid on the way out. I've got to be very careful here. He starts like very, very close to us. And we have to kind of pivot there to get to the taxi without him speaking to us. So we're good. When you know the angles for avoiding that guy, he's not a problem. But at first, like, avoiding him is a bit scary. You don't have that much time as soon as you come out of the purgatory there. So if you forget that he's there and don't remember him, yeah, he's gonna mess you up. There's no fight spawn on the left, so I can cut corners. Oh, he's there. He's looking around. You can see him in the suit. That's a good example of these fight spawns I've been talking about, where they have fixed locations. So he didn't spawn there before, but he's spawned there now. It's just a randomized chance as to whether they, you know, spawn or not. That should save me a tiny bit of time. I don't think that's a goal, but it should save me a bit of time. Not a goal. Close to. But yeah, save me a little bit of time. I was hoping for a bit more than that, but that's fine. I have a lot of time saving this chapter, because I fucking hate one of the fights in this chapter so fucking much. I still haven't found out a good way to do this fight, but I have a suspicion I've got something that I'm satisfied with at this point. Car's extended warranty or something. Exactly. Does Granny White appear on the map? This chapter. No, actually, end of next chapter. End of next chapter, sorry. End of next chapter. For now, she's fine. When we get spoken to by Yuya, that's your cue that we're going to Theatre Square. That's the way that I remember, hey, numbnuts, go to Theatre Square here. If I was going to pick up the spare brass knuckles, like, during a run, the backup ones, I'd do it now. Like, if we didn't have any other brass knuckles, or these knuckles, like, had, like, mistakes on them, or were, like, down to one spin because of controller malfunctions, I'd go grab them now. That's why I'm gonna probably grab the spare brass knuckle key in the hotfix for, just in case, but I won't go out of my way to open it. It'll just be there as a, you know, just in case. In K2, it's every dialogue option. In OG2, it's the second dialogue option. 2 for 2. Remember that. That's how I remember that. So the brass knuckles are still unequipped at this point. That's important. We need a free hand for this next fight. Because we need a weapon. It's in this fight. It's time to start stacking baseball bats again. So that guy at the back actually has a baseball bat, so we're going to murder him. Murder a man for baseball. Out to you, baseball man. He always has the baseball bat, like it's not a random chance, he always has it, which is good. Also just take him out before I actually pick it up so that he doesn't like stay on the ground too long. And you know the drill. Punch into full combo. Hopefully Kaoru doesn't knock this guy till 4. If she does, that can lose me time. Good. She did a little bit of damage, so I didn't have to do the full combo. That was nice. That was nice. Kaoru helping out for once. The next fight is the one I fucking hate. The next fight is the one I actually really fucking hate. If we go up here, we can actually speak to the taxi driver a bit earlier because there is a locker key in the middle of the road. But by going up that way, we can actually avoid the locker key. But this next fight kind of sucks. This next fight is fine. It's the 16-bit brother fight, and much like K2, they will keep summoning backup. But in OG2, they summon waves of backup rather than a singular enemy. So, unfortunately, we're going to have to deal with these guys pretty fast. One of them is fairly aggressive. The other one always backs away from you. Fuck you, green jacket guy. This guy. So I'm going to kill him first. So Kaoru's going to deal with someone in this fight, be it one of the ads that keeps showing up like those down the bottom as backup, or one of these two. Preferably, it's not one of these two. So I'm going to start gut punching this guy towards the back of the arena. Hopefully I don't get interrupted too much. That's fine. If I get interrupted, that's when he's going to walk away. At this point, I'm going to start smashing. He's not dead. And this is why you gotta be careful. If he's alive, backup still gets summoned. So for the other guy, the guy in the blue, we're gonna use these carts, hopefully. It's a shame I got knocked down there because I lose my heat. Fuck. These carts are really good. What? How did that prioritize that? How did that actually prioritize that? That's pretty fucking garbage. And hopefully one of these if he runs towards me. So you can see that there's now backup in the fight. I'm just gonna do this now. I'm actually gonna do my level up now. But I've got 27 experience. Fuck it. Terrible fight. Terrible fight. You want to save this until literally the next fight in the chapter. But because I can do this now and I've put my knuckles on to kill this guy faster, I'm just gonna do this now. As Padkey says, it saves on a menu at least, but it's a really weird time to do this. Take him out so there's no backup. What? How? Wow, that delayed so long that it just did that. That was weird. That guy was dead and it still gave me the heat attack. That was weird. That was bizarre. Anyway. Terrible fight. Terrible garbage fight. I'm losing time in this chapter. Thumbs up. I hate that fight. The idea is to take care of the guy in green, because the guy in green is a fucking asshole. The guy in blue usually is aggressive towards you, unless Kaoru has a hold of him, which usually she doesn't, but sometimes she does. But the guy in green is the big asshole of that fight. He runs away. He sucks. Just like that guy. Second taxi from the menu. Out for a fight spawn in the middle of the road. There he is. Can walk behind him. And note to self, don't menu. I don't need to this time. Note to self, do not menu. Already done my menu. Don't need it anymore. Because I killed a bunch of enemies in that fight, and previously in Chapter 3, I was able to basically do that menu early. Boys X. And the first appearance of the Man in Black. It doesn't matter where you end this fight. And I've heard Ryu talking about using some of the heat attacks in this fight. Some of them are fast and do good damage, so that might potentially be a thing to do as well in the future. Good. As you can see, you get dragged over here, at which point we need to run down this corridor. So this set piece is going to look somewhat similar and somewhat different. Please stop spinning the camera. It'll look somewhat similar and somewhat different to how it used to look. When you run all the way down here, he's going to get up and break through the area we need to go through. Unlike K2, where we do it ourselves. Much nicer in K2, to be honest. We're good. If I stick on this wall, I won't spin the camera yet. That's good, yeah. I like having the camera spun for that bit. I like having the camera spun for any of these corridors, but I keep messing up at the moment. This is gun corridor, or what will be gun corridor in K2. Shotgun guys like this guy actually aren't a problem. Shotguns don't do that much damage. They mainly just interrupt you from your combo. So shotgun guys aren't actually as scary as you would probably think they are. And shotgun guys aren't that much of a problem. This guy is. He's back once again, the Man in Black. We're going to take care of him by pushing him to the very end of this corridor. By having him at the end of this corridor, we skip a very long cutscene. He's dead. Nice. One guy's going to spawn in. That's going to be fine. I'm going to spin my camera out of this cutscene. He usually likes to take a punch around about here. Don't know why. But on this set of stairs coming up here, we need one weapon. I'll do that to get him out of the way, because I've been accidentally grabbing like him instead of like the baseball bat. So I think that might be the way to do it, honestly. That's fine. It's fine. Alright, up we go. Last part of this set piece. In this room. One final fight, circle QTE. The Man in Black. So we really want to drag him out into the room we're currently in, because in that room that he's in is a bunch of potential QTEs. Next to the boxes, that's good. Shame I started this a bit slow. I think I'm losing time due to all the bad fights of this chapter. Oh, I definitely am. Look at my time. Jeez. We don't want to push him into that room. Feel free to just, like, readjust if you need to keep him in the spawner, for example. Do not let him back into that previous room, into this one. As soon as he's dead, it's fine. Now we leave. Please, camera. Thank you. Shame. I have so much time save in that chapter, but I played that terribly. 16-bit brother fight and some of the parts of that set piece. I'm surprised I'm not losing more time. I'm surprised I've only lost a second, to be honest. I do have about 30 seconds of time save in this chapter, though, which is gonna come from one fight, and it's one of the most inconsistent fights in the run. There is just no good way to deal with them, like, fast, which is a shame. There is a way to deal with them fast, but it's not always the one that happens, unfortunately. It really sucks. It's really inconsistent. So, the police in these parts, you can see, are actually in fixed locations. In K2, they're randomized. But we're going to go specific areas so that we don't get them. The important one is this last bit where we have to cut this corner on the scene transition to avoid the policeman at the top who didn't spawn in. Wait half a second and go. You wait half a second, the guy stands there, he doesn't see you running past. It's as simple as that. You don't get a game over by walking into the police in this game. They just talk to you for a couple of seconds, so you'll lose about 3-4 seconds if they talk to you, which is a lot, to be fair. That is a hell of a lot, to be fair. So you do want to avoid them where possible. And we're going to run over to Bantam, and then we're going to run back again. Simple as. I think it's the best Yakuza game. None of them. They're all terrible. I don't know anyone who likes this series. It's all a lie. Sorry, the real answer is actually LED Ishin, which is out next month. Please pre-order now. Yes. We go this way because there's usually a fight spawn in the middle of the street, and we have to deal with a car if we go the other way. With Kenny Omega. And Rahu Kohli. Hell yeah. Sometimes there's a fight spawn here. There is not this time, so you just run. Good. And Bantam. And back again. So it's the next fight that's the problem fight. The next fight fucking sucks. There's like no good way of dealing with this next fight in like a really fast manner. But now, honestly, either 0, 2, or LAD would be my favorite Yakuza. It's that fight spawn I was talking about, but you can just avoid him there. If this is OG1, you actually have to go a little further out to avoid him. He's actually a really rough fight spawn to avoid because he's a bit further up. But in OG2, we can just avoid him that way. No fight spawn, I'm just going to go this way. We don't have to worry about the car on the way back, we can just cut across, which is nice. Whereas on the way there, we would have to worry about it. Just like that car. It's in my way. Alright, the Documenter fight. I'm going to have to concentrate on this one. Fuck this fight. Fuck this fight. If I can get both of these guys in this one corner and keep them there, then this is going to be a very good fight. It's really fucking hard to do that. Both of these guys have multiple cutscene attacks, so we do not want them to basically bother us. That's good if I can get this guy in the corner. Unfortunate, because he's now going to get up and feel the heat. Oh, he's not, because the other guy's dead. Never mind. That's fine. That's a shame. That was good. That was good. Don't get me wrong. That was good. Last guy wasn't super great because he fell down, but that was good. Downside to that guy falling down was because... That guy fell down because, unfortunately, he was being pushed over by the other guy's hitbox, or I was being pushed by the other guy's hitbox. No, those enemies always have bats. You don't need to worry about backups. The only weapon that doesn't have technically a backup in this run is the brass knuckles at the start. And there is a backup for them. It takes like a minute out of the run. Not start with that shit again, I swear to God. The Bantam fight should be fine, but the Bantam fight we have to remember one extra thing at this point. With the level ups we did in the previous chapter, smaller enemies, which is every enemy in this fight, now get knocked over when we have full heat, and because we ended that fight, we just gut punches, we have full heat. So we're going to start by just doing this to the bartender. This won't knock them down, so I can just not do that. I wanted to hit these two. I don't know why that turned me around. That sucks. So I'm just going to keep, like, doing this to other enemies whilst I do heat attacks. That's fine. I'll just do this. Fuck it. Fuck! This is going wrong. Holy shit. How is this going this badly? Jesus Christ, how is this going this badly? Jesus Christ, how is that going that badly? Wow. I haven't had that fight go that badly in a while. So I'm now not going to save that much time. It's a shame. That fight's supposed to be very, very simple and happen the same way every single time. Oh no, fight spawn here. Hell yeah. Not that the fight spawn here matters anyway, but... Alright, so now, for the person who was asking earlier, this is when Granny White turns up. So now we have to be careful when going back to Serena. Now, I am actually not going to save as much time as I was going to, so I'm a little upset about that. That sucks. That really sucks. That was supposed to be my big early time save point. I'll still save probably a little bit of time, but yeah, look where my gold is in that split. That sucks. Phantom fight went really wrong. Please? Thanks. Is this Hayashi? Yeah, this is fucking high. Okay. I have time saving this chapter. There's a reasonably rough boss coming up in this chapter. This is like where bosses start to get really nasty in the run. And pretty much every chapter from like the previous chapter onwards, now, apart from like one of them, has something that can kill the run. Thankfully, when with Kaoru, there is no Granny White, but I need to leave it anyway. So, the next part's going to work somewhat reasonably like K2, but a little differently. There's a fight spawn, walking down the middle look. So yeah, once you know what to look out for in terms of fight spawns, it's easy to... It's kind of like spot the difference in a way. It's like, hey, is there a guy here that wasn't here before? Yes, that's the guy. That's the fight spawn. Alright, so... We're going to go down to the basement, deal with, obviously, the Yomi Alliance that are trying to mess around with the Flora security system. Deal with him. The guy. Oh boy. So, in this area, one in front of us, right here where the camera's changing to, and one to our left, those are the two spawn points where the enemy can spawn in. They will always spawn in the further away one than we are. So by killing this guy, the next one will spawn behind us. Like, guaranteed. They'll be in front of us. Shame that didn't get that guy. I'll just follow. Just essence, and then that way I don't have to worry about heat. If I wait here for a second, they'll spawn in front of me, which is what I want. Ideally not split like this, but that's fine. That sucks. Alright. Next guy, if I go here, will spawn to our left. Good. Okay. There's a bit I need to concentrate on. Hayashi, with his, I think it's 5 or 6 HP bars. Hayashi fucks in this game. So phase 1 Hayashi ain't anything to write home about. We gut punch, simple as that. Phase 2 and beyond Hayashi is where the fun begins. When I go to phase 2 Hayashi, I want him to be on this side of the room, not the side we're going to. The side we're going to has those kind of pylons that you can see are pick-upable weapons. I don't want to be anywhere near those. Down this corridor is really good for the next part. For now, it's not, because I have to run all the way back down the other end of the room to get him. So I should have repositioned him at some point in this push. I'm just pushing him entirely across the room. Fuck it. Fuck it. The only nice saving grace about being here is that I can push him towards the back end of the room, where there is a corner I can get him stuck in. I actually gains a whole bunch of new moves here, including a move that gives him basically invincibility. Doesn't give him iframes, though. That's important. This move right here, when he uses it, you can't do damage to him at the start of it, but you can gut punch him out of it. You just can't do it too early. So I want to push him towards that part of the room. Now I need to buffer my gut punches at the right time to stop him from doing that again. This is the corner I want to get him stuck in. So, when he gets to 2 HP bars left, that's where the pain begins. He's gonna get hyper armor. That's where we have to change up the fight. This is good. Buffalo gut punches. Bat on. 7 hits. Heat attack. Heat attack. Pick up the bat. Stamina XX. Heat attack. Heat attack. Grab the bat and swing. Strong attack. Good hit. Beautiful. This could be a good Hayashi fight. Let's fucking go. Mash triangle. Not too hard or it drops the combo for some reason. Wish I knew why. That's a thing in this game. It's really stupid. Hit him twice. Probably with the other two hits of the bat, not that one. Oh, he behaved. Fuck yeah, let's go. Thanks, Hayashi. Alright, good Hayashi fight. Ideally, if you start swinging at the start, you miss the first hit on that baseball bat and you hit with the second and the third hit, which does more damage than the first and the second. And that's how you take care of Hayashi really fast. But other than that, Hayashi behaved, so that was a good Hayashi fight. I'll take that. I'll happily take that. Because he has not behaved for me for a long fucking time. This one's ahead of us. Saw it before the screen transition. It's the guy in the gold jacket. Now comes one of the nastier set pieces in the run. The set piece itself can go wrong. It's mostly the final room, but the actual set piece itself has a couple of moments that are just nasty. We really want to... It's kind of like Chapter 3, where we're going to have to run through and do a whole bunch of heat attacks. And we're going to have to hope beyond hope that the enemies don't actually be aggressive in this part. Because if they are, things can go wrong very fast in here. It sucks. And Shangri-La is actually quite hard to be consistent at, sadly. It's one of those set pieces in K2 as well, where consistency is, like, hard to get. Unfortunately for us, we do have the other issue of the last fight in this place being a very difficult one as well. Remember earlier when I said you'd see gun guys running at 100 miles an hour? Fuck you! Because I got hit, I have to rebuild my heat. I'm gonna do it on this floor, because on this floor, the enemies aren't gonna mess me up, because that's the end of that floor. I don't want to do it here, because then I would have time where Sofa Guy will react. Get out of my way. This jackass needs to move. If I don't do the heat attack against the wrong person. So if I did it on this floor, I could get hit by like a guy with a throwing knife. I could get hit by this jackass. Don't you fucking dare. I should be good, because I built up my heat to full from the previous floor, but fuck that guy. This floor also sucks. There's only one Sofa Guy to deal with, but there's also 3 enemies that are like massively aggressive. There's also a spare healing item in the middle here. If you can grab it, it's not too bad to have. Yes, good. All right. That wasn't that bad. It wasn't super clean because we got hit, but at the same time, I've had way fucking worse. Now comes the hard part. That wasn't the hard part. This is the hard part. So, keep an eye on the guy in the green suit on the right-hand side of the screen here. He's the gun guy that's going to run at 100 miles an hour. Hopefully, Kaoru will grab either him or the fucker with the knife. That's not good. Please don't run. Thank you. Oh, he almost had both. Fuck. I fucked up. What's my HP if I get shot? Knife guy, get fucked. I'm gonna have to do this to stop the gun guys shooting me. Should have had one more. Woo! You missed. The other... Kaoru, I would like to ask, where is your health right now? Where are you? What are you doing? You are doing nothing. Thank you for grabbing him. I've had that go better. I've had that go way worse. I'm gonna knock this guy to the ground and hit him with a heat attack. Fuck you, buddy. You don't want to end with a heat attack because it's slow, but honestly, fuck that. Yeah, as I said, gun enemies fucking suck. They go at 100 miles an hour. Anyway, good times, I've. Hey, good stuff. I can save so much more time in that chapter. The Hayashi fight, good. Shangri-La end fight, not great. I could have had both gun guys at the same time, which would have been fucking outstanding. But oh well. I will happily take any time save in that fucking bit. That room is hell. That room is genuinely hell. There's a couple of rooms in this run that are just the literal epitome of hell. That's one of them. Speaking of hell, the hardest speed tech in this game occurs in this chapter. This is pure suffering. This is kind of rough to try and pull off. We have to get a boss to a certain HP threshold, and it is, of course, Shindo. So we have Shindo skip in K2, which is very nice and easy to set up. Shindo skip in this game is one of the hardest things to set up in this entire run. Isn't that a nice difference? Isn't that a nice difference? Shindo skip K2 is beautiful. It's really nice. This game, it's so gratifying to pull off, or gratifying to pull off, but Fuck me, it's hard. It's genuinely one of the hardest things in, like, this game. Like, it's really hard. You need a good understanding of damage and damage values. Which, you also need to understand that the boss can also guard your attacks because he's a piece of shit. Fuck you, Shindo. So the first part of this, we're going to be going outside of the funeral to where, obviously, the Goryu clan are going to turn up. We would like, in this fight specifically, to get to crit HP, or just about crit HP. So what I'm going to do specifically is I'm going to punch this guy to the right. And he's going to go towards some enemies, and he'll try and kill me while I'm dealing with them, and because of this, Daigo should deal with somebody else. Now, I'm also trying to build up my heat, because when my heat is built up, I don't get knocked down when I get hit. So while I'm dealing with the enemy, this guy's trying to kill me. Daigo, please stop trying to kill him. Thank you. That's not who I want to go for. Not ideal. Okay, good. At this point, we should be fine. Actually, no, I want to go down to this guy. I don't trust Shindo's damage. Now I need this guy to not get hit back by Daigo, because if he does, he can actually kill me. Okay, that's fine. Thank you, Daigo. Daigo actually helping in this fight? What is this? I don't understand. Daigo can kill you in that fight. Daigo can mess you up. That felt like a pretty good get to crit HP. The reason I want to do it here is I don't trust Shindo not to outright kill me at that HP value. I think pretty much every single thing that Shindo can do, bar the love tap on the way through, which he hasn't been doing lately, is something that can murder me. So I would prefer to go down to crit HP at that value in that fight. Otherwise, if I was like one less hit, I would have waited for the Shindo fight. And I'd have let Shindo phase 2 get me down. But after the other day, I ain't risking it. Fuck you, Shindo. I remember. Stick to the right-hand side of Nakamichi here. At this point specifically, because this has occurred, you won't get a fight spawn on the right-hand side. So only on this bit can you actually travel on the right-hand side of Nakamichi, which is fine. And then we go back this way, which is also safe. So for that top bit, only during that bit are you allowed to actually run during the right-hand side of Nakamichi. But it stops you from having to be careful of the fight spawn wandering around Nakamichi, and any of the ones that are on the left-hand side as well. Alright! Pray I don't get a sword up the ass. Get a sword up the ass. I'm gonna be mad. Let me to speedrun when? At some point. I'm busy at the moment. I'm busy with a lot of other runs because I'm going to be doing this and Dead Souls for GDQ Hotfix next week. So I'm going to have to concentrate on them for a while. Alright, so the enemies can throw their swords here. It's never killed me before, but there's the first time for everything. Don't fucking do it. Unless he thought he was gonna there. Yeah, it would kill me at this HP value. I have to be very careful that Shindo doesn't murder me here, because there's every chance he will. That does worry me just a little bit. It isn't too bad to get back to crit HP. I'll just lose the time to, obviously, down Shindo. So this is our first spin. As I said, we spin. Now, because we don't finish the animation, it doesn't count towards taking away one of those hits, but you will see the first spin coming up in this fight. So, this is the hard bit. This is the very hard bit of the run. Hey, do me a favor, don't hit me. You've been very passive every other run, so please be passive. I'm gonna just push him this way. You fucker! God damn it, I didn't get a gut punch through that. Alright, never mind. I can still not lose this run if I can get it perfectly here. So downside, I'm not in crit HP anymore. So I'm gonna let Shindo phase 2 get me to crit HP because Shindo phase 1 likes to guard more than attack, which I'm a little upset about that. I want to be relatively close to this door, which is why I don't want to push him too far away. Okay, so start this next phase. I'm going to let him hit me once, and then that will get me to hopefully crit HP. It's very, very important I'm on crit HP. Good, thank you. Now, we're going to get him down to 2 HP bars, which is the end of this one. When we get him down to 2 HP bars, we're going outside. Oh, fuck. That combo bad. That combo kills you. Buddy. Alright, you see that HP value there with the amount that's been lost in his second HP bar? I need to get less than that remaining on his second HP bar to do a specific heat attack so that I can go for a cutscene attack. That missing HP right there is too much. If I fail this, by the way, it's the end of the run. It's already on the edge with that death, but I had a death in the finale, so it's still doable. I have to be very careful for HP value. See how sometimes he's guarding the gut punch and not? This is why damage values in this fight kinda suck. Fuck you. Should be good. You know, I'm not certain, but we gotta go with it. This is gonna be tight. I think I'm just higher than the value that I need. I think I'm just higher. I think he's gonna have like 1 pixel left. That's fine. I think it's too tight. I agree with Tal. I think it's just too tight. We'll see. I almost dropped that there. Holy shit. This is a long mash, by the way. I hope you're good at mashing. That's the last hit. That's how tight that is. That's how exceptionally fucking tight that is. Alright. So I'm going to lose time to dying, but the run is not over. I have plenty of time saved later on, especially in the finale. So the run continues. It's not going to look as good. We're probably going to be behind. It's still going to be alive, and that's the important thing. Ooh, that's so fucking tight. I can't describe how tight that is. So if I didn't do that full combo of lights at the end of that combo that I did before the spin, we would not have done enough damage. We literally would not have done enough. Weird QTE here. You would think that it would be X to evade. No, it's square. So mash square. Shindo can kill us here. There's one move he can do that can kill us, but the nice thing is we can gut punch through it. This one. So if you gut punch through it, the fight should theoretically be over. Wow, I'm not losing that much time despite that death. Huh. That's interesting. My heat generation, or my low HP generation must have been really good. Wow. I'm surprised we're this far ahead off that death. Huh. That's actually surprising. This run's very much alive. Interesting. Huh. That's genuinely surprising. I should not be this far ahead. I'm going to move on this side of the road just in case the fight spawns on the right there. You just have to run down to Tenkoichi here. We're going to fit a square. Fight spawns on the left. We're not going to Serena, so it doesn't matter. We now stick on the right-hand side of this road. It's always scary. It's always very scary doing Shindo skip. The thing to kind of remember, and the way that I kind of got better at Shindo skip, was knowing how much damage the gut punch did and how much damage the spin did. Because at that point, you can kind of tell, if I gut punch here, combined with the spin, it's going to do too much damage. That's how I basically started figuring out Shindo skip a little bit easier. And I think since trying to, like, focus on that, I have managed to only fail Shindo skip once in 8 attempts. Yeah, 1 in 8. Which, ironically enough, was yesterday. But it is still very tight, because the problem is Shindo can guard attacks, as you've seen. That's why sometimes you'll see us do a flurry of attacks at the end of the combo, just to, like, chip his HP down just that little bit extra. Because sometimes it's needed. Let's open that door twice now. Yeah. Yeah. It's nice that it doesn't eat it, at the very least, like if you enter the door with the spin. Also, the marker is for the other door, but you can just go into this door, it's fine. Again, in K2, the florist is actually at his desk. In OG2, he's not. Such a rebel. Such a rebel. And now we run back to Champion District. Oi, oi, oi. It's like, if I fail Shindo skip in, like, the hotfix race, I lose a minute. It's like the end of the race, but it's not the end of the actual run. So, it's not too bad. It'd be the end of the run for any PB attempts, but again, for a marathon, it's not the worst thing. I mean, it is, but... That's kind of the one thing that I'm hoping for the hotfix race, is I just pull that off. Like, that's the one thing I am hoping, like, if there's one thing that doesn't go wrong, that's the one that I don't want to go wrong. Because I kind of, as much as I'm going to be practicing Ryuji Free, I kind of have the feeling Ryuji Free is going to fuck me up. Because he always does. He's going to today as well. I have literal time save against him. But, yeah. Happy hype? Yeah, I hope so. I do hope so. I'm going to be, like, obviously looking for the brass knuckle fight as well. But if I don't get the brass knuckle fight, I think I'll just load a save. So I don't have to try and, like, do new strats with Daigo and the fucking furniture guys in Chapter 3. Thankfully, there's a save point at Theatre Square, so we don't actually lose that much time. I'll do the thing where I'll run up to Theatre Square to the save point and be all like, hey, listen, this is, you know, where we would just do the fight, but I'm going to load the save here. Blah, blah, blah. Considering how long it's taken me to get Knuckles recently, I'm not expecting to get the Knuckles. Maybe this is some, like, kind of law of average, like, fucked up way of, like, guaranteeing the Knuckles during that race. Give it to me off, like, the 21st time every time up until it, and then give it to me in the race. There's so many things that can just go wrong. Like, in terms of, like, PBing stuff, there's so much that can go wrong that you can salvage in marathon stuff. So here's the brass knuckle fight. Look at him. There he is, looking all smug. What a guy. What a guy. Again, just be careful of Granny White. There's also the problem of potentially soft locking. For those who don't know, ever since we put SSDs in our PS3, thanks Street that guy, the game has been soft locking a bit more. It's usually on scene transitions, and I've noticed it's on scene transitions in certain places. We've all had it happen in the scene transition leading away from Serena. So what I'm doing, and I don't think it's going to be a guaranteed fix, because I'm fairly certain I've seen Panda do this and it still happened. I've been taking my corners a bit less sharper, like I've been like not going as quick into the corners in some of them. Like especially in some of the ones where we've all kind of crashed. I've also had some weird soft locks that other people haven't had. That's the one at the start of Chapter 4. That one was great. That was the first one I ever got, actually. How did I get you from this angle? That was weird. Again, I still don't know if this is faster or not. I think we timed this and it was like just a slight bit faster if you have good movement. I can't remember the last time we actually got to this part of the run. It's been a while. But the nice thing is, with Shindo Skip only doing one spin, that gives me a spare spin in case a fight in this chapter can go slightly wrong, which is actually the next fight. So at this point, I'm also going to be trying to do good heat management. I would like to end the next fight with full heat. If I can end the next fight with full heat, then I can do the fight afterwards really fast. Do not speak to comedy guy. We got too close. That's fine, because that resets me to a position where I can speak to him. You can get him without having to reset your position there, but I messed up my movement going into it. So this is the fight where we're not going to spin, but we will spin if we have to. 3 enemies in this fight start with tasers, and obviously if you get hit by a taser, you're going down on the ground for a couple of seconds. The spin is here to basically save us from that happening. 2 large lads behind us that don't go down at full heat, we're going to leave them till last. I'm going to take care of these 3 first. Good. Now I have more spare spins, haha! More for me! Now they can re-pick up the taser, so just be careful. Good, he's dead. These are going to go down because full heat. Essence finisher. Excuse you, you're not dead. Thank you. Hey, 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 hey! Hi! I hate them grabbing me. This was a good fight until then, because I had some decent multis. So at this point, I'm just going to end the fight. Hopefully kill all the enemies as well. And him dead first. Fancy. Again, I'd love to get multi-hits here, which is why I'm trying to use, like, the edge of the riverside here. That would have actually killed the fight, damn it. That's why I'm trying to, like, stay on that side wall. If I can stay on that side wall and have all the enemies, like, run along the side of that wall, I can get, like, multi-hits against them. But the important thing is I left that fight with full heat, which means the next fight can go a lot faster. Again, when we're on full heat, we knock down the smaller enemies a lot quicker, and that's the point. I need that for the next fight. Start this next fight very, very fast that way. So, we're dealing with the tattoo sub-story. So this is going to be where, if you've only ever seen K2, and you've never seen OG2, things are going to change considerably at this point. The story's still going to be exactly the same, there's no story differences, but the things you're about to see are going to be very, very different. Honestly, they're cooler in OG2, as you will see. But essentially, we have to go deal with Satoshi, who's being a shit and has stolen, like, Ryuji's tattoo design, and they don't want to do it because, you know, he's a Yakuza, blah, 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 and we're gonna go punch people. That's the moral of this story, is we're gonna go punch people. So you'll notice that we're actually at the bottom left part of the map. Again, go this side to avoid any fight spawns. This is where the actual Satoshi fight is in K2. So you're probably wondering, alright, where is it? It's actually up this way, where the acupuncture place usually is in K2. But if you keep an eye on the map, you'll see that the bar is coming up on the left here, and there's no other building here. There's no acupuncture place. You'll learn why there's no acupuncture place in the next chapter. This office here is used a lot in the early Yakuza games for their sub-stories. There's like 3 different layouts. Every enemy in this fight is smaller than everybody else. So the nice thing about that is, apart from the guy in the red jacket, they're all going down. 2 hits. This is a finisher. Now, I want to hit him without hitting anybody else, so this is a nice little lineup. Pushing away from them is good as well, so I don't get interrupted. And by just doing this, I won't knock him down at the end of the fight. Good fight. Very good fight. That's why I want full heat for the start of that fight, to do that essence of finisher, to get rid of him instantly. Like, it takes out literally half his HP, and then you just gut punch him. Very nice. Very, very nice. Junen Mai. It is the trash can from OG1 tutorial. Shoutouts. Shoutouts to OG1 tutorial being able to kill Hirata. Good tutorial. Very good tutorial. So again, yeah, losing a little bit of time because some of my fights weren't that great, but other than that, not a bad chapter. I love this next part. This next part's great. I didn't have the fight spawn in my PB, so I don't have free time save here, and if I do have the fight spawn, I still haven't managed to avoid it in the way you're supposed to. So I'm just hoping I don't get it at this point, because if I do, I'm losing 30 seconds. So, after the Riverside conversation with Kaoru, things are going to look exceptionally different, again, if you've never seen OG2. Because OG2 has a very special section of Sotenbori that was not remade for any other Yakuza game. I'm going to go with Kaoru to the taxi at the top right. I'm going to go to a local district called Sensation. Definitely butchered the pronunciation of that. We need to go play Shogi. You actually have to play Shogi to progress the plot in OG Yakuza 2. But as you'll see, this is a brand new area. If you play Persona 5 Strikers, you'll recognize this area. The acupuncture place is right here. Right near where we played the guy at Shogi. You might be thinking I'm moving to the left of this road. That's on purpose. There is a sub-story on the right-hand side to avoid. The shoplifting granny. There she is. They're on the right. So I'll point out the fight spawn if it's here, the one we want to hopefully avoid. If it's here on this way through, it's fine. If it's here on the way back, it's not fine. It is here. It's this guy looking around. So I'm hoping he disappears by the time we're done with Shogi. So this is the Shogi guy. We're going to say no to him twice. Turn around. Speak to this Yakuza. We're going to pay him 10,000 yen to cheat at Shogi. And this is how you play Shogi. Gonna move this tile up free. We're in check. We're gonna get the Yakuza to distract him so we can flip the board. Take this. Checkmate. We win. That's how you play Shogi. And now we pray that fight spawn isn't there. It is. I'm gonna have to learn real fast on how to avoid it. So he gives us the next thing we need to do, which is to go backwards and go use the shrine and donate 1,000 yen. Oh, it's bad. Come here. Gotcha, bastard. Fucking gotcha. Get the fuck out of my face. No time lost for me. Well, yeah. Let's wait until after that last fight, shall we? And I'll speak to this guy. And we're gonna go chase him down this way. We're gonna get into a fight with him, and here it's important to try and push ourselves between us and Kaoru. We want, basically, Kaoru to not mess with us when dealing with this guy. Kaoru can basically knock this guy over. She's being aggressive. Like, with her full combo, she can also grab the guy. So we really do not want her to grab him at the very least, because now he's aggro. Yeah, it's a bunch of hyper armor. And he just interrupted me despite the fact that I was behind him. Thanks, bud. Hey. Let's deal with something we talked about earlier. We said that for Chapter 12's Tiger Boss fight, we need 12 spins. We have 4. Slight problem. Where's the other spins? They're here, actually. Well, technically, part of them is here, and the other part's in the actual Soten Boy. When we got to the top, that guy on the right-hand side, by the way, he's actually the last person we need to speak to. But you might see it next to those 3 traffic cones up at the end. There should be a glimmer of light. There it is. That is our coin locker key for the Ogre Knuckles. They are a 10-hit upgraded version of the Brass Knuckles. That's where the rest of our spins come from. And we, of course, want to leave 1 left at the end of the run for, obviously, keeping them around. We have a lot of spins at this point. This is very good. This is very, very good. It's actually very, very good. So before we do the story thing in here, right next to the binoculars we need to use is a locker key. This locker key is for the calming towel, and we'll describe that in the next chapter. We get a telephone number to call. We're supposed to get a specific code. We know what it is already, of course. It is, of course, 503. In K2, because you don't have to play Shogi, they replace it with the Shogi puzzle instead, which is like a nice throwback to, like, obviously having to play Shogi in this game. The code in K2, the entire code, is 110, 100, 109 instead of 503, and then you have to find the safe code off the Shogi puzzle, which is 5824. Don't ask how I know that. That has been ingrained in my head over years of running that game, and I think even if I get to old age, randomly, one day I'm just going to remember those numbers. I'm going to get confused and think they're my bank account. And they're not. And last part of this, we have to order this piece of food here, which was localized as the Black Bear Guts, but they just cost nothing. And on the third one, bang account number 503. We get told where to actually go, which is the guy I pointed out earlier. Fuck this next fight. I fucking loathe this next fight. It's not a easy fight, it's not too hard of a fight, but I fucking hate this fight. In terms of fights where a lot of different things can happen that can, like, ruin your run, yeah, this is one of them. So we're gonna fight 5 members of the Jingwon Mafia. Kaoru's gonna deal with one of them, and the other 4 are gonna have throwing knives. They're all gonna be fucking aggressive, and I hate every single one of them. We can't allow the boss to get away from us, because if he does, he's gonna throw infinite throwing knives at us and kill us. So, fuck this fight. So I'm gonna start. I'm gonna punch the 2 on the left and kill the 1 on the right. He has so low HP that he goes down to heat attack. Now, if I can get him in a corner and no one else disturbs me for a minute, absolutely, I'll take care of this guy. Because he's doing that, I wanted to do this, but I couldn't do this in time. I couldn't buffer it. If I can get him next to everybody else, obviously, for, like, gut punches, that's good. Fuck you. I'm just gonna kill you at this point. Kaoru's dealing with the other guy. It sounds like she's actually doing a good bit of damage, which is nice. Oh, fuck you. Double fuck you, fuck you. No, you stop. I didn't want to do this heat attack, but fuck you, you stop. She killed the other guy. She killed the other guy? Wow. Alright, that doesn't happen very often. Holy shit. Kaoru usually just grabs the other guy and doesn't do anything. Sometimes she'll kick him a couple of times. I've never seen her kill the other guy. Not once in the runs that I have done have I ever seen her kill the other guy. Jesus. That's never happened before. I genuinely have never seen Kaoru murder the man. That's nice. I lost time because I had to deal with that one fight spawn, and my other fights weren't that great, like the guy outside the acupuncture place. Speaking of fights, remember earlier when we were carrying Kaoru through Sotenbori, what the golden rule was? Stick to the left-hand wall. It's a little trickier this time around. There's one more fight we have to deal with, one more fight spawn, that's a little nasty. If I mess up my movement, it's going to get into a fight with us. The guy in the blue shirt is clearly a fight spawn, but he's easy to deal with by just going this way. The next guy is a problem. And I've messed this up too many times lately. You want to pretty much hug this left wall. You have to be exceptionally close to it. And then be very careful of the sign here, because he can get into the fight with you on the other side. Had that happen a couple of runs ago. That means he's not very mad. Yeah, same. Literally same. Imagine if she did that in the Shangri-La fight as well. Imagine she just took Knife Guy and said, hey, fuck you. Alright, so, big difference between this and K2. I said this earlier. The way that the triggers work in this chapter in OG2 is vastly different to K2. And there's one extra step that we need to do in OG2, and that's go and speak to Kurokawa. So remember when I pointed out that Kurokawa is over on the bridge? That's our lamppost. He is indeed over here. After you speak to Kurokawa, we can now get the phone call that we need. Now in OG2, the phone call that we need is actually at the coin lockers, where you'll remember we picked up our coin locker key earlier for our brand new set of Ogre Knuckles. So we're now going to get into a little bit of inventory management. You'll see that there's still a couple of lockers that we haven't opened. There's going to be 3 of them. We're only going to open 1 of them. But this phone call is necessary to progress the plot, which is why we taxi here. And then we obviously get our Knuckles. Oops, wrong way again. So, reason why we only get this for now is because we need a free hand for the fight after this one. It is exceptionally important. We're going to head over to the golf center, the batting center? No. Take no, baseball. And over to the golf center. There shouldn't be a fight spawn in the way this time, which is nice. When I enter, I'm going to be putting on our new Ogre Knuckles. 14 spins here is real nice. God damn, I hope it's like that for the race. Should have made a safety save, but this is PBable, so I don't want to waste time saving. So in K2, this is the guy that we deal with the saw in 2 hits. We don't have the luxury of having that big, nasty saw and muscle soda in this run. So we're just going to gut punch the guy. But again, this is where our heat management is going to begin to matter. We're going to come out of this with full heat, because we're just going to gut punch. You'll also see the extra damage we start doing when we get full heat. You can also see our damage here is pretty much a little bit, like, a bit bigger than the normal Brass Knuckles. But when we get heat, now we'll start doing more damage. But the important thing is we come out of this fight with full heat, and the important thing is we come out of the next fight with full heat, so that we come out of the fight after that with full heat. It is so very important that we come out of these fights with full heat to make things go much faster. Essence of Finisher. Good skill. We need it. So, it's time for the Kurokawa fight. So we're going to go to the river to see Kurokawa. Now the downside, Kurokawa and one friend have 2 HP bars. So, how do we deal with that? Well, actually, we have a nice way of dealing with that, because we didn't get everything out of the coin lockers. There is actually a 1-hit kill heat attack in the Kurokawa fight. And you can probably guess what it is. We lost the ability to do this in K2's run, because in K2, we realized, wow, stabbing this guy is pretty fast. What a shock. But in this game, we don't have any knives. We just have our fists. And a baseball bat, or 2, but only 1 at the moment. So, bye, Kurokawa. Now, hopefully the guy in the red jacket comes over, because he's the other one we got to throw in, and he can get out of your grab quite fast. So that's pretty nice. Back on with our Ogre Knuckles, and punch. Take care of the 2 little ones first. Oh, you're not dead. That's fine. I don't want to buffer that, but that's fine. Because the reason being is this guy is last, and because he's a large lad, he doesn't get knocked over by your attacks. We end this fight with full heat. As I said, that's important. You end that fight with full heat, you are good for the rest of the chapter. Because it's the next 2 fights that kind of need to go fast. If you end this one with full heat, everything is good. You are pretty much good at this point. Even if you don't end the next fight with full heat, it's fine as long as you are almost there, because you do have to do 1 little combo in the fight after the next one anyway. So being able to do a gut punch at the start isn't that bad. We now get the rest of our stuff, so we get the calming towel and the baseball bat, the lock key of which we picked up back in chapter 4. Saki is at the acupuncture clinic, which, if you remember, as I said earlier, in this game, is in Suntei-sho. Once again, shoplifting Granny is here. Hello. Hello. So again, the fight spawn here now no longer matters. In fact, I think in this place there's only one potential fight spawn, and it's down this alleyway. I might be wrong. I'm fairly certain it's only this guy. Just don't get caught on the sign or the reception desk. Nice cactuses. And the nice thing is about this game, compared to K2, you actually get to see Osaka run away in real time at certain points. So if you look at kind of like the top middle of the screen, you'll see Osaka run away. NPCs also comment on him running away. We just catch him up over here, and because this is slightly real time, we're gonna cut him off on the next screen. And Osaka, as you can probably guess by his stature in this cutscene, is one of our smaller enemies, which means he's going down to our 2-punch. This is finisher, and now for the rest of the fight, I should have let him turn around. For the rest of the fight, we can just finish him off with gut punches, which will either get him to max, it'll get us to max heat, or not. Doesn't matter if it doesn't. It's actually not too bad, because now I get to gut punch at the start of this next fight, which will do enough damage that I need past the essence of finisher. So having not full heat here isn't the worst thing. As long as you have, like, damn near full, like, you'll get there within one gut punch, or have full, you'll be fine for the next fight. Now comes Osaka Castle, which is, pretty scary. With the 14 spins I got, it shouldn't be scary. As long as I don't play like an idiot, we should be pretty good here. I do have time save in this chapter, so I am hoping that this does go well. It is going to be quite tight. I don't think this has gone particularly well up until this point. Osaka Castle. So Osaka Castle is going to be very different OG2 to K2. The rule in K2 is you have to kill all the enemies before you kill Konoeda. The reverse for this video game. That's why we want damn near full heat. And the enemy with spears is fucking annoying in this game, by the way. There you go. Does enough. Run past everyone. So the nice thing is, this is actually a lot different than K2 in a lot nicer ways. Again, if you know the QT ahead of time, circle, and then X, and then square, we can do them ahead of time, which is nice. So again, X. So I'll pop up very, very briefly there. And square for this one around the corner. This one's actually going to turn the camera here, because every time I cut this corner this tight, it does. Yeah, fuck you. Hey, now, stop that. This floor, the maze room, exactly the same layout, exactly the same way to go. Two differences, no spear trap on the floor, and the other difference is someone left the door open, dumbass. Hey, we need a free hand here. So we're going to take one of our baseball bats, run forward a little bit and throw it. I'm going to get on the Gatling gun. What the fuck? What the fuck? Hey, stop this. I haven't had that happen before. Maybe don't run that far forward to throw the baseball bat. You can throw it from the start as well, and it'll fall down, but it'll be like quite close to the edge. Oh, please aim up. So the way that it compensates for the Gatling gun in this game is your bullets just drop. Ah, my aim is bad today. Remember, skip the slowdown. Jump down. I usually jump down on the right, but every time I jump down on the right at the minute, I've been having problems with my aiming. You can grab a spare healing item here if you need, but I'm good at the moment. I haven't used like any spare healing, so we're pretty good at this point. And you can get one in this room. There are multiple QTs in this room, but provided you go straight towards the door, you'll only see 2 of them. Which we're going a little to the left, so let's push this way. Try and push Konoeda towards the door and hope that we don't... Yeah, I'm going to get another one here. It's probably triangle. Don't want him in this way, but it's fine. That's not fine. At least I'm not getting hit by spear throwers. Or spear users. Spear users are the worst. Spear users are terrible. Now comes the fun part, and by the fun part I mean the scary part. That's gonna hit me. I should have dodged first. Alright, so you'll see that I've put my... There it is. You'll see that I put my... I kind of forgot that I hadn't done that yet. My worst brass knuckles on, because I am in one hit killable position. I'm gonna have to concentrate. Gut punch, spin. That's the rule. You can get away sometimes with doing an extra gut punch, especially at the start here. They have a roar that they do, which you can also just, like, get away with gut punching twice. It's very good if you can get doubles here. Good. That's the first tiger. I'm gonna leave him at this HP value and go kill the other one. Wherever the fuck you going, son? Sometimes to get the tigers to calm down, also spin. It's fine. With this roar, you can actually get off too. No, he pushed me out of it. That's bad. That's bad. Okay. Okay, that's bad. That's not good. That's very bad. This is gonna go wrong now. Okay. I have to kill this tiger. Whew, not good. But I have extra spins. Yeah, I was gonna say he's charging. I know the tell for that. I can just get gun punching there. I want him to do the QTE. Oh my god, how am I alive? Jesus Christ. Fuck you, tiger. And maybe just kill the tiger. Which is bad, because now he's probably going to do a special QT. I'm running out of spins. Okay. Yikes. How the fuck did that work out? How the fuck did that work out? What is this time save? What is this time save? That's disgusting. That was a very scuffed tiger fight, and yet... That's disgusting. Well, I got 2 spins left. That's all I care about. All right. Jesus Christ. So, what happened there was I almost really fucked up the fight because because I killed one of the tigers, we were possibly destined to see a really, really long cutscene, and I somehow skipped it. I did need those extra spins, you're right, because I fucked up the fight. So, because I fucked up the tiger in the first Feel the Heat, I needed those extra spins. Otherwise, it would have been the end of the run. Jesus. Jesus. That's lucky. Ah, it's exceptionally fucking lucky. Holy shit. Yeah, wow. Fucking hell. I don't know how that golded. That's absurd. That is absurd. That was a very, very bad and scuffed tiger fight. So our fight spawn there is. It's a scar on the right, which is fine. He sees us, but we can just run this way. You have to go into this corner to get the conversation first. And we're close enough just to enter. What the fuck's going on with this run anymore? That chapter wasn't that good for that time save, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, it has to be from the tiger fight. Anyway. Track's a fucking banger. Love this track. This track's fantastic. A double. Okay, up you get. Come on. Bad fight. I was hoping to get at least one multi. That's why I usually position myself towards the end of that fight, but nah, didn't happen. I said he said to feel the heat. That's true. Actually, that is true. But I guess yeah, you can only do that if you have the 2 extra spins. Jesus. Hey, again, for those of you who haven't seen OG2 and have only seen K2, you know, at this point we are supposed to go and introduce the singer to the producer. Fun fact, OG2, you can say no to that and just leave, which is what I'm gonna do. You just say the bottom option to Haruka. That's it. Leave. We just leave. Alright, so, I don't think my heat is full, so I should be able to get at least 1 gut punch off at the start here. We have to be a bit careful at the start of this fight. We have one of the Jingwon Mafia that has a gun. Now, there's only one rule to this set piece, is you have to finish the last fight with Feel the Heat. wanted to hit someone with the fucking meat attack there, please. That's fine. Back here is where the jump is. It's on the side closest to the wall, so I'm a bit far away. Make sure the top right says jump before you try and fucking jump. Jesus Christ. At least with no heat, I can now just basically start gun punching. I should just start fucking there. How about here? It's actually like right next to you at the end there, which is nice. Again, make sure it says jump. I'd like to keep both of my spins if possible, because having my spins is like a get out of jail free card. Thank you. I'd like to heat attack him. Thank you. Thank you. Fuck the gun, guys. That stops the other guy from hitting me as well, so fuck you. Shame. Shame again. Just gonna murder him to get the other guy up a bit quicker. Please. Wait. This side of the box, if you can. The reason is I quite like taking care of one of these enemies specifically, and by going here, it kind of groups up the rest of them a little better. This guy! Again, shotgun guys are not a problem in terms of damage, but they are a problem in terms of interrupting your every fucking combo. No. Oh, that didn't kill you. I was hoping that would. So, I'll use my heat attack here, and then we'll just build up our heat for the next fight. Again, I should have done a full combo. I'm losing time to doing terrible combos. The spawn around about here, the final enemy. This is, of course, the man in black. Then we have enough heat that we'll just be able to generate the heat with obviously the brass knuckles. So we want to end this fight with a heat attack. Remember when I said earlier that you don't want to end fights with heat attacks? This is one of those exceptions. You'll see why. I have to keep a very close eye on his HP bar. Usually he'll always like guard before the gut punch, so you can always just get him down to like this value. If he has a little bit extra, you can just hit circle 1 or 2 times. I hit circle once there just to be safe. And that skips the long cutscene with the man in black falling off the truck. Can't skip that in K2, but you can in OG2. But yeah, just to be 100% safe, I decided just to hammer circle once. I'm fairly certain he would have died to that value, but it would have been close, so I just wanted to make sure. Waiting very carefully here. Kurahashi. I can save some time in this next fight, because in my PB, I got interrupted like 2 or 3 times during this fight. Very careful of the Jingle Mafia member down the bottom there. He has a very, very high activation rate, kind of like area, I should say. He will get you from quite far away. So, that Scandal water we got like an hour and a half ago and the fucking calming towel. Let's make use of those, shall we? Downside, Kurahashi is one of those gun enemies that runs at 100 miles per hour. Other downside, aggressive Jingle Mafia members. Also, Kurahashi is a smaller enemy, so he'll fall to the ground. So, here's how we deal with this. Scandal water to slow everything down. Calming towel gets rid of your heat and stops you generating it. He's gonna hit me, isn't he? Yeah, fuck you, I hate this guy. Please, I need to get out of this corner. I gotta get out of this corner, because otherwise I'm just gonna get hit by the Jingle all the time. This is a bad start. Do not got these stairs. Kurahashi, this way, please. Gotta take him for a walk across the entire room. Ideally the other way. This'll do, but yeah, bad start. I had a bad one in my PB, but I think that's worse. Yeah, you can see the Jingle Mafia members are really aggressive, even when slowed down. This is the reason for the Fuck you! Nice kick. Nice kick. This is the reason for the Scandal Water. The Scandal Water is to try to slow them and Kurahashi down, because if Kurahashi gets knocked away from you at the start of that fight, he's fucking gone. Like, he literally runs 100 miles an hour. If he runs away in that fight, and you don't have the Scandal Water, he's fucking gone and you're not catching him again. So, praise Scandal Water. How did that save 2 seconds? How bad was my PB? Because that wasn't good. Also, neither was the highway. Yeah, he upgrades come with increased damage after Chapter 6. which is why you do a little less damage in that fight, but at the same time, we don't knock over Kurohashi. It's an interesting one, because I think, Ryu, you've been theorizing about using heat in that fight, right? Or am I wrong on that? Off we go. Back to Serena. At this point, it should be mostly chill without potential softlocks. We'll see. Fight spawn and cut across. It's nice. Should cut across a bit more often so I get past guy. There's Granny White again. Just avoid Granny White. She's unavoidable in K2. She's completely avoidable in this game. Right, Dokimotos. Dokimotos, Tojos, Purgatory, Friends. And it's going to be, once again, the Dokimoto fight, where I'm either going to save or lose time. Look at the bottom right of the screen. There she is, hiding, waiting. You can run from her, but Granny White is eternal. Also, this is the point, not necessarily this chapter, but I've had it in this chapter, where most people softlock on that screen transition. That's why I take it a little further to the right. I don't think that is a thing to stop the softlock, because I've seen Panda take it a bit more to the right like I do, and still had the softlock. I have had it way fucking less ever since I've started cutting that corner out. It could just be, you know, it's just, you know, I'm not getting it. It sucks, because if I've had the softlock there, and I've had it on fucking PB pace before, and I'd rather not have it happen again. So, I'm losing a little bit of time, but I'm happy to cut corners. Or not cut corners, I should say. This is where we go to Toto HQ. In K2, you have so many taxi spots that you have one down at the end of Tenkaichi, which is obviously a lot faster. OG2, going up here. That's the bowling alley that sounds like a screaming alien. Watch out for the dude in the middle of the road. That's the fight spawn. I should probably not go this way, but at least I avoid him this way. I'm sure you can go the other way and be like a lot quicker. Plus, you also avoid the locker key here. You can see that our money is getting quite tight in terms of like taxis. We're okay. Taxis are only 660 yen, I believe. So we actually have quite a lot of money still. We are going to be taxiing in the next 2 chapters. So it's fine. Also, K2, you start with the cutscene there, whereas OG2, you have to run into the cutscene. At times, I've forgotten that. Purgatory. We're also not guaranteed the PB, by the way, just because the finale of this game exists. And the finale of this game is... it can be a literal hell. There's no easy way to say it other than that. The finale of this game can literally just kill you. The finale of this game is probably one of the hardest finales in any Yakuza speedrun, to be honest. It's nasty. It's just pure nasty. Really horrible. Ryuji difficult? Kinda. Ryuji 2 is not difficult. Ryuji 2 has a move that can kill you. There's nothing we can do about it. Ryuji 3 is not difficult, but has very difficult gut punch timing. Ryuji 3 basically has a lot tighter gut punch timing than any other boss in this game. And there's somebody around here, and that's me, who hasn't still fully got that timing down yet. I also need him to do a specific move as well, which sometimes Man does not like to do. Man instead likes to kill me, which... fair. I'd say Daejim Kim is more dangerous. But then I've had Daejim Kim's minions just run up to me and punch me in the face immediately, so I'm kind of biased. Fuck you, Daejim Kim. Doesn't matter if it's this game, doesn't matter if it's K2, fuck you, Daejim Kim. Every fucking time. Anyway, it's time to go and save our friends. That's the guy at Bantam. We're gonna go see him first. Give him the bat again. God, that was the swaggest strat I've ever done in my fucking life. I should have gone this side. Yeah, that's the side I want. Going on that side specifically stops the camera change in front of the casino, which obviously helps your movement a little bit. Not when you go the wrong way like I did. I should have a little bit of time save in this chapter with the Dokimoto fight. Double swing? I am, yeah. Actually, no, not the double swing. The swing after the first swing. His fast swing. If you go and look at Tap's PB, he does it in that one. And last one, cool. So you can probably tell I was debating that. I was debating whether or not to discard the Calming Towel. We've had a couple of thoughts about the Calming Towel. I'm actually in these thoughts as well, where the Calming Towel might be quite nice for the Bantam fight, but the thing is I want my heat for the Dokimoto fight. And that's how I did it in my PB, so I kind of want to keep that way for now. Make sure you go down this side of the road, because otherwise you get sucked into the Adam sub-story, which loses you a good minute and a half, and the run. It's a run. Yep. Can't explain that chapter 12. Genuinely cannot. That chapter 12 was pretty fucking good. I mean, we can. It was an amazing tiger fight. Which, thank God I had extra brass knuckle spins. Let's just put it that way. Otherwise, we would have lost the run. As long as I take care of... I hate this camera angle change every fucking time. I'm going to take care of the two on the right first in this fight. Everything's fine. Because I'll build up my heat and I won't knock people on the floor. So... those two. As you can see, the guy on the left is a larger enemy, so he won't have any problems staying up. Just hoping to hit this guy as well. Fuck you, please. Not great. Not great, because that guy went to the ground. Fairly certain that's what happened in my PB as well. That's what I was hoping to avoid. This next fight, it's kind of similar to the Dokimoto fight of earlier in terms of you want to keep them in a corner. The good side is they don't have multiple cutscene attacks. The downside is that they have a third enemy in this fight. And he's annoying. The upside is he's a smaller enemy and I can hit him with my Essence of Finisher, which is why I want the heat. So that I can just delete him from this fight if he becomes a problem. Which, more often than not, he becomes a problem. That's the reason why I've been taking off the Calming Towel, because I want my Essence of Finisher to murder this man in this fight. Essentially, I'm going to push the two larger enemies in the corner and ignore this guy for now. That's not good. Right. All three. All three. All three. No, that's bad. Oh, he's aggroing. That's also bad. That's terrible. That's why this fight's a problem. Fuck you and fuck off. Get out of my face. Also, get out of the corner so I can start punching this guy. Thanks. I just want to punch this guy. I don't care about you. That's why I like having my heat in that fight. Fuck that man. I hate that man. I think I'm going to lose time compared to PB. I'm fairly certain these two fights have been way worse than PB. Even with that Dokimoto fight being kind of rough. So for this next fight, I'm not going to have full heat for, which I usually like to start with full heat. But what I'm going to do, even without full heat, is I'm going to try and push all the enemies in a specific direction, which is backwards to the left. Because if I push them backwards to the left, you'll see that's where the stairs are in a second. We can kind of group enemies up in the little bit between the sofa and the stairs. So where I'm aiming now. This guy, however, is a pain. I don't want to leave Sword Guy alive, because he can be that. Just piss off. It's not going well. That man just went in the sofa. I was really hoping he'd actually go out of bounds. That would have been fucking hilarious. If we found, like, an OG1, like, out of bounds. Go down. That's fine. So again, they're just not going to go in there. That's fine. At this point, fuck it. If they're not going to go down here, then fuck it. They actually might join up from behind me here. This guy's going to stay up because he's a larger enemy. Both large enemies? They are. Nice. Okay, this guy ain't, but he's dead. But the whole point of bringing them here is to try and get, like, double hits. There's my gold, look. There's where my gold is if you have a good chapter here. But, oh. I should have done it. Oh, that works. Wow. Yeah, as I said, my PB here, not good. My run here also, not good. Somehow saved a second. I'm not quite sure how. My PB has so much time saving that bit. That chapter there, those fights, like, they're not hard fights, but they're fights that can go wrong. I'm beginning to think that the way to do the Stardust fight here is to deal with the first guy with the sword, and then run with everybody else down the bottom, and manually get them to run after you, so that you can gather them up. I'm beginning to think that's the idea. Because that's what I used to do, and I'm definitely doing worse since I've stopped doing that. Don't say it. We haven't said it once in this run. It's gonna curse the run if you say it. Don't curse my run. Hey, good movement. Let's go. So, more OG2 exclusive speed tech. At this point, you know we have to wait for Date's phone call. Fun fact. That's a 3-minute time wait, in-game time, in K2. That's why we stare at a door for several minutes. Fun fact, in OG2, OG2 once again says no. We have a way of getting that phone call instantly. It does not work in K2, it only works in OG2, and it requires the help of a couple of old friends. The Haruka specific substory. We're gonna run down here, and we're gonna go find our old friend, Akimoto. If I get Deathless Finale, this is going to be very, very good. But we'll see. It's going to be quite tight. Make sure you say no, otherwise you lose 1.5 minutes in the entire run, for fuck's sake. I'm more scared of fucking up these two menus right here, even though, you know, it's really hard to. But when you say no to the Akimoto substory, we get the phone call from Date. Beautiful how OG2 does it. Love you, OG2. Good game. Now, we just have to hope we don't softlock for, like, this last, like, 2-minute period. And if we don't, down to the finale. I have time save and I have potential for time loss. I'd like to point out this run also includes a death to Shindo.
What?
Hello. Goodbye. I do not care for you, sir. That's how good this run has been since then. Is this... Oh, yeah, there's no Suinaga here. It's like the one time in the run where there's no Suinaga apart from the very, very start. Yeah, no, this run is this run has a definite. So, weirdly enough, this run has been going very, very fucking well despite that. Fight spawn. Goodbye, fight spawn. I'm just going to be very careful with you. Fight spawn on the left. Yep, so I can't cut corners. I believe Granny White is not with us when we're with Haruka, but yeah, she isn't. Just be careful. Be careful. Starting to feel the nerves. It always happens on a good run in K2 before K2. It does in K2 as well, but in OG2 before the finale. Just please don't softlock. That's all I ask of you. Because it can, I've had it softlock on this run back. Like, down here. And the scene transition between Tenkaichi and Showa Street. Please don't softlock. That's why I'm taking this a little, like, further aside, as I said. I don't think that's the way to stop it, but as a just in case. Alright. Ah. Never mind, I'm stuck. Alright. Fucking go. I lost 3.3 of a second. No! Reset the run. Alright. OG2's finale is one of the hardest finales of any Yakuza speedrun. This shit hurts. This shit hurts a lot. So, I had a very good one in my PB, apart from dying to Ryuji 3. So here we go. Unlike K2, there is no big 3D model of Kamurocho, so instead of having big fights, we have little fights. And they're all fucking evil. We begin with 5 members of the Jingwon Mafia, as you probably guessed, they're all really aggressive. Skanda water the lot of them. And fucking punch them. Try and get multis. Also try and murder the little lad, because he's annoying. No, no guarding. If you can murder this man, it's good, because the little guy he sucks. Ideally, come out of this fight with as much, obviously, heat as possible. Also, if you are being attacked like really aggressively, do not be afraid to just use heat attacks. Definitely use heat attacks in this finale. Heat attacks good. Not the best first fight, but not the worst. Fight number 2. Knife guy, baton guy, guy with no weapon. That order. Watch out for baton guy. He can kill you. I mean, they all can kill you, but baton guy can fuck you up. Being on full heat, you can see the knife guy is a small guy, which means he should go down. Please. The way I wanted to do it, but it works. Not where I wanted to use my spin, but I don't get killed by baton guy, which is important. Now, if the guy without the weapon could fuck off right now, I should get to 67. If I'm not at 67, that's a big worry, considering I have a lot of EXP early. Alright, this guy aggroes, which is why you want to be a bit careful. That spin was to stop baton guy from murdering me. I don't think that was the best use of it, but it's fine. I must not at all in the rest of this run press L1 or circle ever again, otherwise the run's dead. These two fucking suck. There is no good way to deal with them. They are Kim and Choi. I remember them from Dokimoto's. They are exactly the fucking same. They're not the same people, but they act exactly the same, where they have a whole bunch of fucking problems. Cutscene attacks, lots of damage, and the downside is, this fight, the arena we're in, is one big square, and there's like no way to get them both together in a corner. This sucks. It's really hard to deal with them both together. That's why. Look how little damage that does. You do not want to see these moves. These moves are bad. Now, they both have a field of heat, which is going to happen when they get down to their first HP bar. If I could get them here, that'd be good. Again, they have a lot of cutscene attacks. That failed. Alright, that's bad. I'm gonna take this guy for a walk. He's in field of heat range. I'm gonna leave him. I'm gonna focus this guy. He's not getting up for a while, and if I'm behind this truck, he should hopefully have problems getting to me. The only upside to the field of heat is that it does a lot of damage to them. Okay. I was considering using one of my healing items during that, but that worked. So the nice thing is I am going to get healed at the end of this fight. Downside, I need to leave this fight in low HP. It's time to return to crit HP bullshit in a different way. 26 members of the Jingle Mafia, all one letter of the alphabet. Time to murder. Ow. It's okay to get punched a couple times. Oh wait, I'm out of heat, I'm stupid. Jesus Christ. Getting out of heat is bad, because now I'm gonna, like, take less time, or, like, to kill them less. I'm gonna have to do, like, the multi-hit. I'm gonna take care of some of the gun guys for now, because I do not want to get hit too many times in this fight. I shouldn't do a full combo against them, but now that I'm back full of heat, now I do more damage. Just be careful. One of the upgrades we got, I haven't mentioned, when we're at full heat, we can survive a killing blow at this point. Because I'm not full heat, they're not going to go down to like a full gut punch. Fuck you, knife guy. I don't like the knife guys. I'm glad to fucking heat attack that guy. More knife guy, or more gun guys. Just be careful of them. One's alive. I don't know where gun guy is. I wanted to do the heat attack to, yeah, stop killing me. That's actually not the worst, as long as I, like, kind of temper the damage that I take at this point. This isn't going super great. Fuck you. I was going to do that the entire time I saw him coming in. These enemies, 3 of them have single HP bars. They're going to fall over. 2 of them have 2 HP bars. They have hyper armor. Or no, they go aggressive. So we want to deal with them last. Fuck you. Free. That's bad, because they're the 2 at the back that I'm looking at. Just fucking heat attack, please. Thank you. I'm in crit HP now. I want to be very careful, obviously, not to, like, use my heat, because if I get into a bad problem where I'm on 1 HP left, I'm gonna need that heat. So again, heat attack's good. Heat attack's good. Not against that guy. I was hoping to kick him, but... Okay, so at this point, when we get them down low enough, they're gonna aggro, so we have to be a little careful. Which is now. I wanted to do a heat attack on the other guy, that's fine. Okay, that should be fine now. Don't want to do this because it's the crit HP one and you know it, my dude. That's why you do standing heat attack. And also, that doesn't end the fight, which means I end it with a normal attack and don't get the slowdown. The nice thing is I have crit HP. I think that was really slow. I'm not happy with how that fight went. So I don't have to get crit HP against the man in black, which means I just punched the guy. You can get your crit HP off the man in black. The one downside to try and get it off the man in black is he has a move that can stun you. So, you know, if he does that and you get unlucky, he can murder you. Ignore the camera angle, don't worry about it. It's trying. Alright. Crit HP is for this. I'm gonna go behind this yellow container. Behind this yellow container is a item, and if you played any of the Yakuza games, you might recognize this item. It is the payback ring. The payback ring means that if we're at low HP, we will do exponentially more damage. I'm gonna go play baseball with Ryuji. So I want you to keep an eye at the bottom right-hand side of the screen when I start hitting Ryuji with this baseball bat. Trust me. I'm hoping Ryuji doesn't do one specific move, because if he does, I'm gonna fucking die. Yeah, watch his HP bump. It's the fun part. It's the fun part. It's fine. Don't do it. That's going to leave us with 1 bat hit remaining. I'm saving that just in case. You all fucking know why. Daejim fucking Kim. This fight can suck. So, please don't run around as much as you did. I need to save some time, my dude. I'm going to put on my other bat for now. And forward and hit him with a heat attack. Then as he's getting up, we're going to hit him with the baseball bat. Fuck you. So see how the screen went blue there? That's because I survived a death blow. That's not a good start. Because I have full heat, I can survive this. I have to do a lot of damage to him. Come on, bud. Doing this in the hopes that he'll, you know, calm down and try and kill me. Nope. Oh, really? Shit. Most of the ads are dead. Most of the ads are fucking dead at this point, Daejim. Yeah, I could actually potentially hit him. Everyone's dead, Daejim Kim. This isn't going to be enough. It's fine. Everyone is dead, Daejim Kim. Hey, guys. I missed! I missed! My swag strats. My swag strats. My swag strats. Thank God I still have the other bat. My swag strats. No heat for Ryuji? Oh, fuck. That... Actually, no. We're okay. I have my tower now. I'm not okay, actually. Oh, fuck. That was fun. You fuck. Hey, buddy! Fuck, no. Once again, I choke this fight every time. I'm scared. I don't want to lose this fight. No, don't do the long one. Okay, thank fuck. Please. Why do I keep fucking this fight up every time? Every fucking time. Every fucking time. I can't help but fucking choke this fucking fight. That's the 214 on that fucking garbage? Please. That's the fucking 214 on that trash? Garbage. Garbage. I'm on the one hand actually genuinely happy, but on the other hand, that was fucking garbage. Please, streamer, stop choking Ryuji free. Jesus Christ. Alright, so that tiger fight's gonna be really hard to run up against. Everything else, nice and easy. Jesus Christ. Why do I keep choking Ryuji free? And I had it as well. Again, I start off and I have the combo. You can see I have the combo. And then something in my mind goes, what if I drop this combo? What if I made this harder for myself? That's why I healed just in case. By healing, I lose the damage. By healing, I don't die. Apples and oranges, I would rather not die. Because I know in my PB, I did exactly the fucking same! That's the world first 214, and it's fucking garbage. Congratulations, everybody. I hate Ryuji free. I hate Ryuji free so much. Somebody asked the other day which fight I'd erase from this game, and I said instantly it would either be like the it'd either be like not necessarily Tigers, because Tigers isn't too bad, but the Shindo fight if it counted for like every single version of Shindo, so we didn't have to do Shindo skip. I'd like to change my opinion to this fucking fight. It's Miss Jack. Thank you very much for the Prime game for 13 months. I appreciate it. I guess you're right, Tab. Today is the day for PBs. I think Ryuji Free hates me too. Absolutely. Abso-fucking-lutely. Streamer, please stop choking Ryuji Free.